Hello everybody, this is Bee from Koala Crafts. I'm going to chit chat for a minute. I'm not going to try to make it too long, but I'm sure I'm going to ramble. I'm going to tell you a story about what happened today, and I have come up with a 100 Subbie giveaway challenge. And I kind of got the idea today based on this shabby album that I have. It's just made from scraps. I'll call this my scrap album. It's where I randomly put scrap pieces of lace and doilies, and then I just shove all my brooches and things on there, and then when I'm making a project I pull a brooch off and put another one on. And I haven't completed it yet. As you can see, all the side and the top's not done because this is a work in progress. It's been this way for a while, and every time I get some scraps that look good, I just stick it on here. I'll try to bring it up a little closer so you can see. I'm going to put the camera down in a minute so I can chit chat, because I have a crappy camera. Okay, so I'll tell you a little story. I'm trying to put this camera down. I'll tell you a bit of a story today about what happened today. I went to... Sorry, let's start again, so I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay. A lady that owns a thrift store in town. It's not a thrift store, it's kind of like a thriftique store. She has a lot of different, unique items, and she keeps a lot of local artists put their stuff in her store. So just before Christmas she had asked me for some pin cushions, glass pin cushions, and she always buys a altered bottle from me, or she also carries all my test tubes, different test tubes and things like that in her store. And she normally will buy 5 or 6 things, and then then she'll call me and say she needs a few more things. So she sold out of everything that she had of mine way before Christmas, she said, and she'd like to have a few more bottles and some test tubes and other little things that she wanted. So she called me today and she said, bring a bunch of bottles, bring a bunch of test tubes, and then she said, can you bring me a business card? And I said, oh, I don't have any business cards. She goes, well, just make me one real quick, because kind of make it pretty, just what to do, put a little pretty card together or something, and I will put it in a little acrylic frame, because I like to have the artist, known, your name and all that sort of stuff, a little bit of information if you want to put your phone number on there, and just, so on and so on. So I'm like, oh my God, business card. And she kind of said to me, why don't you make a business card that's representative of you, of what you do? And I'm like, okay, great. So I said, okay, I'll be there this afternoon. So what I did was, I came home, and I had no clue. I thought, let me just print a business card from the computer. Then I was having printer problems, and it took me about 2 hours playing around with printers, and it just wasn't working for me. So this is what I did. I made this little card. Hopefully you can see it. I'll show you the back first. Just a piece of cardboard. It's like a 3x3 or a 3x, it's like a little less than 3x3, I think it is. Anyway, it's just a card. I found a couple of these random cards in my box of stuff. So what I did was I sort of looked at my scrap album here. I'm trying to put it up here. I looked at my scrap album, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to just put a bunch of scrap pieces of laces on the card, and I'm going to hang one of my little test tubes. I put some gold flakes in it and just add a little bit of jewellery. And actually the one I made up for her today, I spent a little bit more time on. I think I spent about I don't know, 20 minutes on it, and I made it really pretty, and I put a little miniature doily over in the corner, and then a bunch of, you know, sort of jewelry and mixed media stuff, and also hung a bottle. But it was a lot prettier than that. And then on the back, I just printed out my details. I finally got my printer to work, and I just, you know, put my name. I put Belinda Allen. I wrote Bees Bottles, because that's my name locally, Bees Bottles. I put my phone number. I said custom orders, shabby chic and vintage, something like that I wrote. And so when I came home today, I know I'm rambling, when I came home today after I dropped off some bottles and things to her, I, you know, decided, hey, that's quite a neat little idea, you know, just to make a little, you know, business cards like this to give out to people, because, you know, hey, it's a shabby, and it takes nothing, takes 5 minutes to shove some of your scraps on. Now, I don't know if you can see this very well, but it's just a bunch of scraps. And I see beauty in it. I don't know if you see beauty in it, but I do. And it looked really pretty when she put it in her little acrylic frame, and you could turn it around and see my details, but she faced it this way and put it around my bottles, and it looks so pretty. Anyway, so when I came home, I was looking at my scrap album here, and I thought, oh God, I've really got to finish that. It's going to take me for, you know, I've worked on this for, I don't know, a year or so or more. Every time I've got like little scraps, like, let me move the camera back. Like when I have scraps, like, you see this piece of, you know, I was fiddling around earlier, you know, I'll stick it, I might stick it there or something, and then just start, I don't know, here's some more scraps, just sort of like, you know, randomly grab these scraps, and then just sort of like shove them there. I just kind of, I don't know if you can see that, but I just kind of, I'm holding it with my thumb right now, but I just kind of just shove it there. And here's another little scrap piece of doily, and I'll just sort of stick it there. I glue it, and then I will stick, all of these things on here are brooches, and there's a couple of like things I have glued on, like this one here. It's just a clip-on earring. I have glued that one on, but it's just so that I can see the brooches and things that I have, and when I'm doing a project and I want to add a brooch or a pin or something, I will pull it off and use it as a little pretty cameo. I want to use that on a project, because I buy a lot of vintage jewelry. And, you know, it just sits here on my desk, and it has no purpose whatsoever. This is a 3-ring binder that I covered in lace a long time ago, and I never put anything in it. So this afternoon I'm playing around, and I'm like, you know what, I've got to clean up my desk. So I decided, I found these things. I'm going to open this so you can see. I have put a pocket in here, and I've got some, and this is where I've been putting my cards when people send me cards with racks, and you know, this one was from Maryland, and it's really pretty, and so I've been sticking them in this pocket here, so I have their information on hand. And so I'm just going to, I have a bunch of business cards, you know, like from stores that I go to, like this store here, it's called Bless This Mess. And then another antique store that I go to all the time, it's called the Mad Hatter. And then, of course, Johnny Tabasco 14, I had ordered some fabric blocks from her, so she sent this to me, her card. So I just stuck it in there. And I have a bunch of business cards of stores that I shop at, little thrift stores, little antique stores. And I've got all these cards just randomly everywhere. There's some in my desk drawer, there's some in my purse, I mean, they're everywhere. And I need to start organising my craft room. So I was out in the garage and I found these little pockets. Now, hopefully you can see. I'm trying to move it around. And what these were little pockets, little sleeves that hold floppy disks. Do you remember the old floppy disks? And I thought, oh, I need to use them for something. Maybe I could put craft stuff in there or whatever. And then I just started to think, you know what, I'm going to do, I just started thinking of my 100 Subbie challenge giveaway, and I thought, what better to have a beautiful binder of people's little tags or cards or something, do you know what I mean, and with their information on the back. And, you know, this fits in there. This is 3 by 3, and even though it's got mixed media on it, it fits, you know, and I can see it in there, you know, so I can see that in there. Maybe I'll hang a little bit of a hanger so that when I want to pull it out like a tag, I'll pull it out. But I kind of wanted this binder to be my sort of inspiration binder, if you will, for 2014. And I would love to have some work from you ladies. So my challenge giveaway is, I've got this little card that I found also. And this is like I think it's a 4 by 4, or maybe it's just a little less than 4 by 4, because this is what these pockets are. So bear in mind that these pockets are 4 by 4, so you might want to do it a little smaller so that it fits. I don't care what shape it is. It could be square, it could be round, could be triangle. There's this little card as well, and it's like a 4 by 4 folded in half, just has a little bow on it. It's just something I found here. I don't know where I got it from. But I have some other little sleeves up the top here, so you could do a little 4 by 4 and it'll fit in these little sleeves up here as well. So what I would like is you ladies to make me we'll call it a business card or a craft card, if you will. Could be a tag, could be just simply a card like this and just with your information on the back. So it'll be, so this is my challenge. I would like a card. It could be made from fabric. It could be made from laces, scrap laces. I'm talking about scraps. It could be made from paper, scraps. And just do a representation of you, how you work. Doesn't matter what it is. How you work could be, I don't know, you know, you could have a different style. I'm shabby chic, so could be vintage. You could put some mixed media on it if you wanted to. You could put a flower in there. I don't care what it is, and I don't care what color it is, but it must include lace. So if you're doing paper, if you could put some kind of lace on there, scrap piece of lace, scrap piece of something like that, that would be great. But just make this little card a representation of you. And then I get to have a piece of you, a little bit of piece of my YouTube crafty friends. And that is my challenge. It's just a little card, guys. It's cheap to send. I'm not asking for anything else. And what the prizes will be, which I don't have them together yet because I just thought of this evening. The prizes will be a bottle from me, something similar to this one. Let me pull it out. I know you've seen this on my videos before. This is my Linda Dexter bottle. It will include applique, it will include vintage jewelry, probably stick pins and everything else. I always put a doily in the top. So the winner will get one of my bottles. The winner will also get one of my test tubes, because that's what I'm known for, girls. Glass bottles and test tubes. So I will make a special bottle and a special test tube, and I will also do a goodie bag as well that'll have laces and a lot of pretty jewelry and little bits and pieces. So it'll be a bag of that. And so I've already made up my mind what the prize is going to be. So you're going to get a bottle, you're going to get a test tube, and you're also going to get a pretty nice size goodie bag full of laces and mixed media, lots of vintage jewelry, clip-on earrings, things like this from me. And that's going to be the grand prize. And how I'm going to draw it, ladies, is I'm going to stick your card in a box, and whatever card I pull out that day is going to be the winner. Never know, I might end up doing 2 winners. But this is my 100 Subbie giveaway challenge. It is open to international. I have to open up to international because I have a lot of international subbies, and I love you all. So it is open to international. and everything same applies. So the rules are, you must be a subby. You can please promote my video challenge. I'd like to gain more subbies. Actually, I have 130 subbies right now, and I really would love to have more. And there's a reason for that in the coming months, and I'll tell you that as I go, because I am going to be promoting a bottle business that I do. I do it right now locally. I've been doing it for 5 years. And it includes my essential oils and so forth. So it is a business that I will be opening this year. So I would like to get more subbies so that there's more exposure out there for me. I'm being honest. Promote my video challenge, and send me a card or a small tag made from scraps. Must have a piece of lace on it somewhere. It could be made from paper scraps. It could be made from, I don't know, whatever scraps that you guys accumulate in your crafting, that you could put a pretty little card together that's relatively flat, that I could fit in these little 4x4 sleeves, and put your information on the back, your YouTube channel, your Facebook page if you have it. If you have a blog, put your Facebook blog or your blog website on the back. If you have a small business, promote your small business. I will definitely, for everyone that I have, promote your channel, promote your blog, promote your group, promote whatever it may be. But this is my challenge, ladies. A small little card. It's be a subby, promote the video, send me your card. Just PM me for my address. And that's it. I hope that you all participate. I really would love to get some inspiration from your cards, especially paper ones, because I don't do paper, and I bought a bunch of stuff a while ago and have not attempted anything in paper yet. So it could be a paper card. All scraps, please. Make it a representation of you and in your style. You could have doodads on there. I don't care how you do it. It could be in any style you like. Just a small card that would fit in this 4x4. So a little smaller than the 4x4 envelope, if you will. And again, another idea is a small 4x4 card that you could cut in half. Include lace, include scrap paper, whatever it may be. And however you do it in your style, and include your information. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.